What's up guys, it's Consistency here, and today I'm just going to give like my small review of the FIFA 17 demo so far. So I'm just going to say what I've noticed about it, and I'm going to say some differences between this game and some of the previous FIFAs, because there are quite a lot of differences. I feel like this game is it's probably like one of the bigger changes that we've seen in FIFA. So without any further ado, let's get right into the review. So unfortunately, I started recording like while the game was like while I was going straight to kickoff. But the first change I noticed is that when you load up the game for the first time, in previous FIFAs and EA Sports games, when you start the game, you can't skip that EA Sports logo thing that comes up and just says like EA Sports is in the game. In this game, you can actually skip that. So now you don't have to actually wait for that to finish before loading up the game. You can press X on PlayStation or A on Xbox, I believe, and you can just skip it and just get right to the starting menu. So that's one small thing that I like, because honestly, no one, like, we know it's EA who made the game, so no one really wants to sit back and watch that. So yeah, that's one good thing. So I'm just going to talk about the gameplay right now. The gameplay, like last year, the game felt slower than 15 did. 16, they kind of slowed it down a bit, so it's a little bit more realistic, and it's easier to, like, they brought back the midfield. That's what they really did. So it's not just about the pacey players, it's about how well you can control the midfield, and if you really are better at your opponent than doing it, and not just about pace. So in this year, I feel like they dropped the pace even more. So, in my opinion, when I played, the game felt a bit slower than FIFA 16. I wouldn't say it's like necessarily a bad thing, but I think it makes it more realistic. Now you can hold the ball, kind of like in 16, but I feel like you don't feel the need to be constantly attacking all the time. So you can actually like hold the ball, and you can do more build-up plays. So I feel like it's been more realistic in that sense. So yeah, it also has the new Frostbite engine, so that's part of the realism, and I have to say it looks pretty good right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like some of the players' faces could be done a little better, but so far the Frostbite 3 looks pretty amazing on this game. So the next thing is defending. So last year, honestly, through balls were pretty hard to do. Like you could do them pretty well, but if you wanted to like do like super far through balls, I mean, defenders would usually intercept them, and sometimes your players just wouldn't react to them well. In this game, it's changed. In my opinion, defending is a bit like the defending AI on your team is a bit they're not as good as it was last year. Last year, you really you can let your AIs defend on their own like a little bit, and you really couldn't get like through balls through your enemy's defense. You'd have to lob it or really have a lot of space to put it into. In this game, you can get some pretty good through balls in. So you can do like much more longer passes, and the players on the other team won't intercept it well, unless they're using like some really good defenders on their team. But for the most part, defending is I think you have to do most of it on your own. You can't really trust in the AI as much as the previous FIFAs. And yeah, that's that. Also, I noticed that in this game, you can dribble pretty close to defenders. I don't know what it's called, but it's like when you're dribbling close to players, and when you get like close enough to them, they can dispossess the ball from you. I feel like in this game, you can get closer to players without them taking the ball away from your feet, like right there. That's perfect timing. I was able to do a few tricks inside, like right in front of Danny Alves, and he didn't get the ball. Unfortunately, I conceded, or I kicked the ball out, but I got it right back after that. So that's one thing. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are like free kicks, throw-ins, and corners. So first of all, I think throw-ins are the easiest ones. So like right there, if you want to do a fake throw-in, you can just, it's the same thing as a fake pass. You just tap square and then X, and then you do a fake throw-in. And in Xbox, it's just the same fake pass. I believe it would be X and A. Yeah. You can also just move up and down. You can also just move up and down the line just by moving the left stick on whichever console you're using. So that's pretty useful. You can make more space with your throw-ins. Corners have probably changed a lot. If you want to take corners like the traditional way, I'm pretty sure you just push down the left stick, and it will go back to the regular view. But if that doesn't work, then that's that. Because I know you can do it on free kicks. But anyway, for corners, so when you take a corner, like a marker is going to appear in a box where you want to aim it. So you choose where you want to put the corner, and I feel like you can choose like how much power you put it in. And then after that, you can press the left, like L1 on PlayStation and the left button on Xbox. You press that to control your player, and then you just move them where you want them to. So then you make them call for the corner. So you can choose where to put the corner, then you take it, and you can have your player like run into that space. So that's pretty helpful. Now with free kicks has changed too. So I believe you control your walk up with the left stick. So you just move back and forth with that. Now it's better because you don't have to use certain players to have a certain walk up to your free kick. You can use any player you want, and you can change their walk up to it. This is useful because it gives you a better line up to goal. So it gives you a better view of it too. I actually haven't scored a free kick on this yet because I'm still getting used to it. But either way, it's still better than it used to be, in my opinion. And yeah. So next thing I'm going to talk about is penalty kicks. So they've changed penalties as well. So if you play the previous FIFAs, the penalties are nothing. They really aren't similar at all. It's like brand new. So with a penalty, you start the same way. Your player will take a random position inside the box, like behind the penalty spot. And with the right stick, you choose their position. You can have them move around it, and you can have them move a bit closer or a bit further away. When you move the left stick forward, then your player begins to run up to take the actual penalty. And when you do that, you don't control their run up. Like, they're gonna run up straight to the spot from wherever you had them stand right before they take it. So you're gonna run right up to the spot, and as you're running up, there's gonna be an arrow, and you move the left stick to control the direction. And the longer you hold down your the circle or B on Xbox, the more power you build up. So you'll see the arrow and the direction it's going in. You also choose the height, and you can choose and yeah, that's it. There's nothing really else to it. In my opinion, I think penalties are easier in this game. I think before it was alright, but I think it was a bit difficult in my opinion. So in this game, it's easier. You have more control over it, and yeah. I think now if you do end up going into a penalty shootout with people, like in online tournaments, I think it's going to be more down to how well you guys can save each other's penalties, other than how well you take penalties itself. So yeah. So other than that, That's basically the changes they've done to the gameplay itself. So it feels a bit more controlled and the pace is slowed down. I feel like when you're attacking, like through balls and passing inside the other player's box is a bit easier. And they've changed like mechanics to set pieces. So when you load up the game, I'd advise like reading the instructions on how to do like new free kicks, corners, and penalties, because if you don't do it, you're gonna be very confused, and it might take you a while to get used to it. So yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about like other parts of the game. So one problem I noticed with the game is that some of the players that are listed as 5-star skillers aren't. And I put a picture of it up in this, but I'm really not sure. So I just noticed two players were Thiago. Thiago on Bayern. He's listed as a new 5-star skiller for this game, and I checked his skills in the demo, and he only has 4-star skills. So that's kind of weird. I also checked Di Maria, and he's also a 5-star skiller in this game, but he only has 4-star skills. So that's just some things I noticed. Like, they haven't really changed. Like, some things they still haven't changed yet. Also, I noticed like some ratings might not be the same as it was listed when they released them. Like, I think Marcelo was rated 86, and in the game, it has him as an 85. So those are just some things I noticed. So yeah, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is the journey. So honestly, I'm really not sure if I'm going to play it. I do play a lot of like career, my manager career, so I might play the journey. I'm not sure. So far, you really only get like 15 minutes to like in FIFA minutes to play as Alex Hunter, and you just set with a task of um, basically impressing your manager, which is Jose Mourinho, and you also have to score. Like, that gets you a higher rating. And if you do like bad tackles or bad passes, then your rating goes down. So yeah, but it's pretty easy to do. So it looks pretty interesting. Like, the story does look pretty interesting to me. I think it would just been better if you could have chosen another team. Like, I think just Man United alone. Like, not everyone's a Man U fan, and some people might want to do it like for maybe like Man City or Liverpool or Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern. So those would be my ideas. Yeah, either way, that's just been my overview of the FIFA demo. I'm gonna put some music over it, so you guys won't be able to hear the actual music in the game, but that's because of like YouTube's copyright rules and stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching, and you guys should go and download the demo. It's pretty fun to play, and you should probably get the game because I think it's gonna be a pretty good game. It's gonna be different from the last FIFAs. So anyway, thanks for watching, and peace out.